Well, hello, good morning, afternoon, evening to everybody out there, depending on your time zone. Um, Come out here today for a lovely Path Hints showcase. I'm really wanting to go over how Path Hints work a little bit more with our community, especially since Event 3 is just a week away. So today in the booth is Tippy, who typically is here quite a bit. He will be playing the seed today, but we are joined with a special guest, Zach the Robot, today. How's it going today, Zach?
I'm doing all right. This should be fun. I'm glad to kind of show up and be a sounding board for any and all questions about Path and how you can go about playing a seed and figuring out where those proofs are.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to go ahead and I think we're going to just go right to our little slightly modified screen here for today. We do have our lovely tracker for Tippy with the timer, but we also have our proof tracker so that we can get a little bit more information on where potential proofs could lie. So we brought this out for Event 3 for just the stream in general, but this is also just a very good way for people to understand where things can potentially be.
Yeah, the main thing with Path Hints is that each of the hints themselves are like little decoder rings, and you kind of have to put all the rings together to figure out where your proofs can be. And it's hard to do that without like a visual of what the information is telling you. And that's what that little thing in the bottom left is meant to help us with. But we can't do anything without any items found or hints. So we should probably get started soon.
Exactly. We're going to go ahead and get going. Tippy, we'll count you down and you can go ahead and jump in.
Yep.
You're ready?
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1, go.
My timer started. Thank God.
All right, so now we're going to see early information here. What worlds we have unlocked to start with. Looks like double Pride Lands, double HB, DC, Agrabah, and TT1.
Mm-hmm.
So
lots of density, lots of easily accessible checks.
And did I see a Flare Force in that opening bit?
That is Duckworks.
All right. And
okay. We also have another ice cream. All right.
Ice cream in Pooh's house. So that's been one thing I've noticed a lot more recently has been a lot more players have started going for Pooh's house before going either into or going into whatever they go to for their opening shotgun. Tippy going for Agrabah here. Just very quickly pushing through. All
right, so the beginning of a Path Hint seed of any kind, and specifically for these Event 3 settings, you're kind of just doing normal shotgunning at the beginning because you have no information to guide you. And since you know your proofs are going to be non-first visit, you're not going to find them very early anyway. So you're just going to try to keep going, get all your checks, maybe do a fight here and there, try to get a couple progression points, try to get a little bit of information so that after you're done with all your shotguns and all your free checks, you can then make a decision on like, okay, what do I have available to me? What is likely to give me more information? And you can kind of follow up from there. So we'll see where we are after getting all the free checks here and all the other open worlds that we started with, and then we can determine from there.
Yep. So far, Agrabah having a torn page and the Battlefield of War. So those are two very big ticket items when it comes to pointing to potential worlds, especially the torn pages. Just the volume of worlds that torn pages points to. You either can kill off a bunch of worlds for the seed, or you can make it to where there's a bunch of worlds that just point to one direction, or potentially to all three. Be going and doing the Abu escort, or push, I guess you could say, because most people do push Abu to speed this up. And we'll get his first prog point here. So we are just going to see, like Zach said, a lot of early, pushing for shotguns just to get items. Getting anything onto your progression is helpful too, because and then any of your important checks, just when we get that first hint, just will start giving us some of the information we need. So
I saw that reflect on levels, by the way.
yeah. Now, I will say Tippy was kind of fortunate with the roll of the settings here. It is 5 random movement. Did end up with level 1 movement as the 5 random. So one major piece about these settings in particular. The 5 random movement was more of a this is your knowledge check of optimized movement through worlds, because sometimes it is faster to pick up a drive or use like final form and final gliding around, or to quick run through a world because you have a lot more quick run levels than you do glide. And so it's definitely a unique element to this event setting. But with today's focus, we are going to focus more on the path hints themselves, and how we want to address, digesting that information and going forward. We do have this lovely hint track or proof tracker that we've got on the screen. I can, if people would like, make a copy of it that would be publicly available for people to make their own copies of, so that they could use it while practicing their seeds. I mean, honestly, could even use it while playing your seeds. Just so
it's not doing anything automated, so it would be
exactly. So it's definitely a nice little bit of information to be able to get at times. All right, let's talk about 100 Acre. I know a lot of people standardly don't like to do the mini games in 100 Acre, but the one benefit about them when you're in a prog point setting is you can take some time to analyze your tracker for things, but you get prog points for every one of the mini games.
That's true. I mean, you are spending the time for them, so you have to weigh that. And I would say in progression points with path hints specifically, information early on is at a premium. So you would probably want to prioritize getting a prog point wherever you can.
he's through the Piglet minigame. It's at second prog point. We'll get a hint on the next prog point, which Tippy, are you planning to push the mouse here?
Yep.
Okay.
Going straight to TR.
So in pushing the mouse, Tippy will get his information for his first hint. So.
So the hint we want to see is one that is very like narrow. We want it to be hinting like no proofs, or the path to no proofs, path to like one proof, and like partially two. But if we get an all path to the light hint on something, that's really not that helpful as a first hint. So we're hoping for one of those like lower proof count hints.
Yeah.
And
Now,
we can go over the implications of that if and when we see an all path to light hint and where it is.
Yeah. And right now we got Tippy pushing into the throne room, so should be getting our hint here in just a minute.
Wow. Good job, guys.
This is the part of the seat where I'm like on the edge of my seat. I'm like, I want my hint. Give me my hint.
Mm-hmm.
Usually the case.
Yep, that tracks.
100 Acre is on the path to all lights, so.
Okay, well, I guess this is now the time where you might have the instinct that, oh, Twilight Town must have a proof, right? At least one. Because the ice cream is there, and ice cream. Oh, hey, a proof.
Oh, hey, proof.
This is actually kind of good because we can actually use other information now. We can kind of use the hints in the opposite direction to kind of figure out where things might be. Anyway, what I was saying, we cannot assume that Twilight Town has a proof because 100 Acre Wood is not complete yet. So there could be a myriad of other things in that world that could point to where the proof is instead. We can't know for sure until the world turns blue, but because it is locked by all the torn pages, that's going to be a very hard thing to do. So we don't actually have any information we can use right now. However, because we found proof of connection, anytime we see a hint that hints connection, we know that something that points to Disney Castle and Timeless River must be in that world. So, what things point to Disney Castle, Uki?
I mean, you've got your torn pages. I'll point to it. You have your royal summons and your reflects.
You're missing one more.
Your wisdom form, and that's the big one.
Yeah. Visit Unlocks would also point there, but we have both of the royal summons already. But, yeah.
Yep.
So we know at least one of those items is there, if not more than one. If I were to put money on it, based on the past experience I had with playing these seeds, it's probably a torn page. Because it's hinting a lot of proofs, and it's just easier for proofs to be in multiple torn page worlds. And that's why that hint says it's path to all lights. But we can't say that for sure. That's just a little heuristic you can use if you can. After you have experience with a few seeds, you kind of see the patterns over time. And that's one that comes up pretty often.
Yeah. Now, We got Tippy going over here and into Hollow Bastion, going into Bailey fight. Looks like. Tippy, how far are you planning to push Hollow Bastion here? Just through, I'm assuming up to at least up to Ansem studying, because you have access to the second visit already.
Yep.
Uki, if you wanted to update the little grid with connection only being in DC, that would be hey,
yeah,
that'll reflect.
We will do that right now. So.
Hey. There's a thing.
All right.
So yeah, I want to point out what the matrix is meaning while Tippy is going through Hollow Bastion here. So all those little X's mean that the proof can't be in those worlds. If we didn't have a proof, that would be a way of us narrowing down where the proof could be. The green 0 is just like a circle indicator of, hey, it was there. Uki has correctly pointed out that proof of non-existence and proof of peace could still be in Disney Castle. We don't have any information that tells us that it can't also be another proof there. So we're leaving that information open. We have no information about our other 2 proofs. We're going to see if we can narrow it down with more information later.
Yeah. And also, if you're not 100% sure, the other thing you can do instead of just keeping the spaces blank, if you're still processing a world, you can actually put question marks into the matrix that we have here, and you would see a yellow question mark. So
yeah, so okay, Beast Castle is on the path to connection and non-existence.
So the one thing that...
Oh, come on.
Really, Tippy? We're doing this today?
Okay. Which one is it? Okay,
That's...
it's non-existence. Okay. Okay, so we have literally no information.
Once again.
Oh.
You know what?
Actually,
we have a little bit of information, a tiny bit.
yeah.
We know that Hollow Bastion and Disney Castle cannot have another proof. That's what we know.
Yeah, but that's still important information.
So let me walk through why that is the case. We got that Beast Castle hint that says Beast Castle's on the path to connection and non-existence. Conveniently, those are the proofs we have. So let's pretend that Disney Castle had another proof. Well, Tippy is going through Twilight Town. We know there can't be a third proof in the first visit of Twilight Town. I'm okay to talk about this. Assume that Disney Castle had proof of peace, right? There is an item in Beast Castle that has to hint Disney Castle, right? Because we found proof of connection there, or in Disney Castle. If proof of peace was in Disney Castle, then the Beast Castle hint is actually like telling us a lie. It would be lying that it's only on the path to 2 proofs and not 3. So because every hint must be true, and we can create a situation in our head that says, hey, this would actually make this hint like lying, we can say that Disney Castle cannot have another proof. We can use that same logic for Hollow Bastion. Hollow Bastion cannot have another proof. Now, Disney Castle and Hollow Bastion could like unlock access to a proof still. We have no information about that, but we know there can't be another proof there. So you were talking about the question marks on the grid tracker. You could put a question mark on Twilight Town right now for peace, because like that's the only information we have right now about where peace could be.
Correct.
But we have no guidance right now. I'm kind of hoping that we don't find this last proof for a little bit and we can figure out where it is with some logic and not just stumble into them.
Yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, we can spin up another seat after this.
Fun seed.
Okay, here's something else we can talk about. The items that could be in Beast Castle. So we know it could be like a torn page. Torn page hints both Disney Castle and Hollow Bastion. It could be a combination of things that hint Disney Castle and Hollow Bastion. It could be like a fire and a reflect. It could be a cure and wisdom form. It could be all of those things. We don't know for sure, but it's going to be something that hints those two worlds. Whether it's one item or it's multiple. So we got another unlock in Bone Fist. So we get to do more checks. There is a little bit of soft like routing you could do here. Like you don't know for sure that this is the case. But you could disincentivize going to torn page worlds for proofs just because of the likelihood that it's a torn page in Beast Castle, and then you would know that peace can't be in a torn page world. But that's only like a little bit of a nudge. You shouldn't like hard and fast follow that rule.
Yeah. If we get something with Agrabah and Agrabah doesn't point toward it, then at that point you can look at the torn page and be like,
yeah,
okay,
then you would know for sure. So question from Zalamins in chat. TT's question mark because of the 100 acre wood hint, right? Yes, that is meant to be what that is indicating. We have some information about where peace could be, but we don't know for sure yet.
Correct.
So like that's the only information we have is like it could be Twilight Town, but we are also not definitively sure about anything other than proof of peace cannot be in Hollow Bastion or Disney Castle. Path hints are fundamentally just like a logic puzzle, like 3 logic puzzles, 1 for each proof. And then you can kind of use all those puzzles in like little combinations to try to figure out where your proofs can be. This seed is not really doing a very good job of exploring that space when we already have 2 proofs, but we'll deal with it, and we'll figure out a way to salvage some information from this, for lack of a better word.
And now we're gonna go into Pride Lands here. I'm assuming the early push. Tippy, I'm gonna assume that you're planning to do this till you get your next hint. Correct?
Okay. Yep. Is the plan. I was gonna be funny and just go into TT2 and just be like, oh, it's just in TT2. But like, what that next one, you was like, well, maybe we can play longer. And I was like, okay, I won't be funny.
I mean, at the same time, if it happens, we always could have spun up another scene.
Yeah.
Wouldn't take us too long, but
I guess playing the long way can help like decode it, I guess, in some sense.
Yeah, like let's say you're not sure it's Twilight Town.
Yeah.
Or let's assume that it's in TT3 and you're also going to be searching for an ice cream for a while. So also you still need to prep for final fights. Like you still need to find all of the tools that you want for getting through those. So it makes sense to continue going to other worlds, getting other checks, finding more things to make your build a little bit nicer.
Yep. Also, Tippy, remember, you don't get a prog point for talking to Simba in the Oasis. It is Hyena's one.
Yep.
For the first set of prog points in here.
Yep. Never mind, not doing it. Where is SP?
SP.
Okay.
Earlier.
Pride Lands is blue, by the way. So if we do get a hint for that, we can get some pretty good information potentially. We can at least eliminate if Space Paranoids or Land of Dragons has approved.
Yeah. But that does also just completely kill off Pride Lands itself, because once it's blue, you're definitely not finding a proof there.
True. Oh, hey, our first form.
Our first form, we now have access to all of LOD, and both XP boosts are on Keyblades.
And a negative combo.
Yep.
Cool.
And I know you have Magnet Burst as well. All right, so just opening up screens and having it prepped for when you have the stats to really take advantage of it. Go to start at LOD.
Hey.
Hey, Clyde.
All right, where am I going?
Okay, what are you thinking for?
Go to AG, 0, see what's here. Go cry.
I mean, because you have that, you could have
OC,
done.
You could do TR. You can continue LOD. You could continue HB if you wanted. You could try to do Prison Keeper in Halloween Town. You have a lot of choices, and no single one of them is like wrong or right. So whatever you feel comfortable with doing is the right decision.
Yeah, I agree on that. I would even argue that with as quick as Hyena's one is, going back, even though Pride Lands is complete, and doing that for the 2 prog points that it's worth, might be an option to consider. That wouldn't even be in the wrong there.
Yeah, I would say I would prioritize making progress in a world you haven't completed yet, if you can. But if you're just like, I need information, I don't know what to do, like that's totally fine. Like I'm not trying to dissuade you from doing that. Oh, hi, Valor. Oh, hey, it's blue.
Goodbye.
And we did get our next hints. Drive
4
forms.
levels is okay. Connection non-existent. Okay, well, fantastic. Okay, we're getting to a point where we have 3 hints. We only have 1 hint for peace.
Brother.
It's starting to look more and more like Twilight Town. because Twilight Town is a world that is only hinted by a few items, so it's going to be very unlikely for it to get new hints. Again, we don't know for sure yet, but these are the kind of heuristics you want to try to keep in mind as you get more and more hints.
Yeah, and you will get a good amount of progression pushing out some of these worlds, like LOD here. Maybe even ET2, if we believe that TT3 is where the proof may lie, if it's there. So
you know
there's
what
a lot of
good. You know what a good hint would be at this point? If we can get a hint for Agrabah. And if that was Path to All Lights, that would be like super good information.
Yep.
But based on historical precedent, we're probably going to get like a Pride Lands is on the path to non-existence, and that's going to be it.
But the one good thing we have going for us is when we hit our next threshold, we're actually going to get 2 hints. Because threshold for the 4th one is the 4 prog points that we see. The 5th one is given as a freebie at that point with the way that the prog points are set up. So we will get
after this point, we're getting multiple worlds of hints every time. Small little note, Tippy's leveling drive forms while doing this content. One is just a good habit to get into, because it's just free checks if you can do the content you were already going to do while in the form. And then 2 is that there is a hint on drives or connection non-existence. So any items you get on there that don't hint Hollow Bastion or DC, you can start eliminating worlds that could have proof of peace. So like, as an example, let's say you found a Thunder on drives. That would eliminate OC and LOD from having a proof.
Sure.
So you're trying to find things that are helping you narrow down where these proofs could be.
Now Tippy's heading down into the Village Cave, so we're going to get more progression here.
Why was fun? Man, levels is just the hint Disney Castle, hint Disney Castle, hint Disney Castle.
Yeah. Yeah, but as we're seeing those show up there, that means that you're more and more likely that the hints that are pointing to both non and connection, there are just going to be torn pages.
Yeah, that's all that's saying. It's not surprising, but it is something of note.
Just trying to get my drive up to pop wisdom real quick before this fight. But...
Okay, so let's just do a double check of where our hints are and if we are able to figure out any new information. No.
We haven't stepped into Beast Castle yet, so we don't have any information off of that.
That might be a good place to go after this.
Yep.
Depending on where our next hint is.
We haven't gotten anything off of drives yet. And so that doesn't help us at all. And then we've got our information on 100 acres so far. So.
Mm-hmm.
Tippy is currently sitting on 3 drive forms, so. Can get to level 5 on any of these forms, which is not a bad thing. Going back, assuming to defeat Shan Yu here to get the prog for the next hint.
Mm-hmm.
And Tippy taking advantage of Master Form here.
Go.
We're gonna send Shan Yu on a little merry-go-round.
Yep, push him into his DM. Put him into the spot that Reflect does a good amount of damage there. Looking to potentially have... Oh, nope, just pulling out the Duck Flare.
Okay, World Never Was is on the path of no light.
Okay.
So if we had items that would help. Ironically, the hint I said would happen did happen. Pride lands, hinting only non-existent. So yeah, since it doesn't hint peace, we now know anything that Pride lands has in it does not point to a peace or a world where proof of peace can be. So Hall of Bastion can't have it. We already knew that. Space Paranoids can't have proof of peace, and Land of Dragons can't have proof of peace.
Yep. So we have updated the tracker to show that information. At this point, I think that is definitely a big piece to go off of. Torn page.
As we expected on drives.
Yep.
Notably, it's not blue, so we can still find items that can narrow us down.
Goes into Valor form. This will be extremely helpful because level 5 form does give a prog point, so this would be a prog point just for getting there in this fight. And then we could go from there. Just trying to get that hit count up. Leaves the world in order to preserve drive gauge. So now let's see what Beast Castle has for us.
Hopefully it's more than a torn page. Although torn pages are kind of like subtly okay. Like we could go back to 100 Acre Wood and try to figure out if it is Twilight Town or not. Because if we can make 100 Acre Wood blue, we would have perfect information. At least as perfect information as we can get from one hint.
Correct.
So even if we do find torn pages, that's kind of a consolation prize. And we haven't ruled out 100 Acre Wood from having perfect peace yet. Is threshold or 2 points, or is it 1?
I believe it is 1. I'm just going to double check.
This one.
Okay. I know in the past it has been 2. So I didn't know. If
Yeah, I was pretty sure that it was one for that, one for Beast, and 2 for Darkthorn.
Okay.
Getting Cosmic Arts, getting a good accessory for stats. So, and we are 1 prog point away. Yep, there's the torn page we expected. World's not dead, so that's definitely a good thing to be able to keep going here. Get more information.
And like you said, Beast is 1 prog point, so we'll get another set of 2 worlds hinted.
Lots along the way. Right. So we're going to come up on Beasts here shortly. Magnet.
Okay. So the Magnet worlds cannot have proof of peace anymore.
Which that is,
And those are... So those are Port Royal,
Halloween Town, and World that Never Was.
Okay.
So we are now down to...
It's looking more and more like Twilight Town, I'm telling you.
Yeah, it is.
We're gonna get a big influx of information here, so we'll try to take it slow here. We'll probably ask Tippy to pause while we parse through things.
Well, Base Paranoids is a big one. It has information toward non and peace.
So the non-existence is already satisfied by Master Form and Cure. We know that the Sword of the Ancestor cannot point to where Proof of Peace is. So the information that is telling us is that peace could be on drives, it could be in Beast Castle, it could be in 100 Acre Wood, or it could be in a world that is not currently hinted by an item that we found yet.
And then the other thing is the other hint we got from that was Disney Castle and Timeless River only point to the 2 that we already they have. We don't have a peace point there.
Yep. So probably gonna find another torn page there. Again, not confirmed, just very likely. I don't think this has given us any definitive information.
No, it doesn't seem to be the case.
It is giving us a little bit more like gray area for where this Proof of Peace could be. Like it still could be Twilight Town, but it's giving us a little bit of hope that it's not. Good Darkthorn fight.
For the extra progression, and we see that Beast Castle isn't dead once again.
Yep.
So to be going to Rabbit's house, Trinity limit there, but nothing else. Gonna do this mini game for another progression point and to get access to Kanga's house to go see Tippy's favorite character in the 100 Acre.
This guy. I bet he just has the ice cream, right?
I mean,
Double ice
I don't
cream.
know. Double ice cream is possible.
Yeah, I think we're at a point where we could like create some hypotheticals here. So like, let's say Twilight Town did have the proof. What would need to happen for that to be the case? Well, 100 Acre Wood already has an ice cream in it, so it kind of already works. Space Paranoids would need to have an ice cream or limit form for that to be something that you consider. We still don't have all the worlds hinted, so like the last ice cream or limit form could be literally anywhere else, and it could still be in Twilight Town, or the proof could still be in Twilight Town. So there's a lot of flexibility still there.
The one thing we do need to note, though, that Agrabah needs to point toward east if there's any chance for Twilight Town to be.
Yeah. So as soon as we get the Agrabah hint, we will have a lot more information to go on. Unfortunately, it would also be muddled with OC, so maybe we need to be thinking about Olympus. Unfortunately, we haven't found a single Thunder.
Oh, I missed.
No.
I just want to
the
spend more
one.
time here. That's all it was.
No, never. Okay. I miscounted. I looked at the tracker. Everybody calm down. 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 I looked away. Chill.
It's all good, Tippy. All right, so Tippy, now heading into Space Paranoids here. Looking to...
Both negative combos are on Keyblades too.
Oh boy. It's both negative combos and both the XP boost, so it's which one do you fancy more?
We're gonna see the rarely used master form leveling, I think.
We also have a decent amount of money, so at least we can get some ethers to push through this a bit. We don't have Stitch, which would be somewhat ideal if we were to be doing this.
We do have the backup of like Blizzard Explosion.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Which you'll still get at least a single XP boost versus the double.
Come on.
Good awareness from Tippy to go a little bit less than half, because if you get HP ups on levels, you might go back above half. Hey, Light and Darkness.
Ha. Should I just die?
No. No.
The duck! The duck! The duck got cured!
Donald cured and used it on Tippy.
Duck got cured. He came right out.
And this is why you should always check your stuff in menus, ladies and gentlemen.
Donald's just trying to help, okay?
He was. And I think Podgy's famous phrase of Donald, you're a mage, actually would come into play there, because he is actually doing mage things there by healing you.
We're still getting decent levels off of this, so it's not like a total loss.
No, we're getting, we have good stats at this point. Probably want a little bit more strength. A little touch more magic would be ideal so that you can get to where you'd want to be for final fights at least. We still have the
okay,
level 30 ice cream.
Okay, and levels is done.
We also got our next hint because of level 30 having a prog point on it. Tippy.
Oh my god,
Tippy.
I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot.
All right, well, we get to do that again.
Well, we can look at the one thing that we have to know. Halloween Town and
Port Royal.
Port Royal both just point to
Non-existence.
non-existence.
I was looking at the tracker. I'm so stupid.
So probably like a fire, a blizzard, a cure. We know it can't be pages.
Nope. So at this point, since we know it can't be pages, that was off a few more worlds, doesn't it?
What world would it kill off?
Agrabah, and does it technically kill off 100 Acre? No. 100 Acre.
We don't know if it's a cure or a fire. Like,
yeah.
which one it is, it will affect which world gets eliminated. So we kind of really don't know. How because we have no items from those worlds, we can't know for sure.
Okay, and this time Tippy does not have
Donald cure.
Donald cure him.
I am going to give you a 10-second warning this time.
I won't forget this time, I promise. I'm leaving as soon as I get the ice cream.
I would say push your stats a little bit more because you still are a little bit low, especially since ASs and data are on the card. So, where you would feel comfortable leaving with those in play, you know, that is something to consider.
I mean, after level 35, you only get 1 stat per level, so
Yep.
so it's not like you can gain a lot after that anyway.
You're about 10 seconds out, Tippy, so.
All right. It's probably the time where we should probably be finding out if Twilight Town has the proof or not. Once you get full access to it and you have a little bit of inkling that it could be there, it's probably a good idea.
Yep. I do appreciate Tippy taking advantage of this area right here for very quick light and dark procking in order to get final form. So now that gives us access to level 6 drives. So
Level 7.
Okay.
there's limit.
Okay. You full send Twilight Town now.
Yeah, you full send Twilight Town at this point. Yes.
You have too much information that is pointing to you toward Proof of Peace being in Twilight Town that you need to go there and disprove it or find your proof.
Yeah. Yeah, I think until the limit form showed up there, you still could have had a suspicion that it may not have been enough, but
It still could have been like a Beast Castle or an OC.
yeah, but this is way too big of a hint. There's way too much stuff pointing at this point. So
Wouldn't it
while
be
it's
funny
not
if TT2 had the proof? I mean,
I wanted to go 2 seconds in, but I didn't want to spoil the scene.
yeah, we wanted to kind of do a little bit of logic puzzling.
yeah.
Limit check. Proof. Oh.
Nah.
No.
All right. So we did need that level 30 ice cream.
So I just want to point out for the audience watching, I did generate the seed. I did not look at it before we started running, but I did name the seed Zach Explains Path. And this has not been the most productive seed to use for explaining path.
Oh, hey, the proof is here.
Oh boy.
I mean,
There we go.
this is kind of just how it is sometimes. Sometimes the hints are not as helpful. They don't really narrow you in. You're just kind of playing the seed and I found my proofs. We did get some information about we probably need to make sure we check Twilight Town. So if you were adverse to checking Twilight Town before, you got some information that you should go and check it. I do think we got a little bit of the puzzling on Proof of Peace, at least.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we didn't get the hint for levels to tell us, oh, maybe we should level grind to see if we can figure out where that is. We did get the limit form in Space Paranoids, which kind of solidified our plan. So if you have awareness of okay, Twilight Town could have the proof, this Space Paranoids hints piece, if I find the ice cream or limit form here, then I should probably go to Twilight Town. I think that's the biggest thing you could deduce from this seed.
All right.
This ought to be fun. Should have put on Magnaburst.
Actually, at this point, Tippy, I know we're going into final fights here. Maybe we just pause or we just close out the seed here, and we could pull up another one. I actually did just generate a second one, and I will send it over to you and to Zach as well, so he has. But I'll say. I think maybe a second seed would be helpful, because I think while we did get, like Zach said, a good exercise in path with the one, we definitely want it to have multiple proofs, ideally, that we were tracking and really doing the information for. So I just went ahead and generated another one. The comedy, I think this one is, like I said, the first one I named Zach Explains Path. This one I said, I named it Geek Said Go Again. So
Geek, if it's a 2-hour seed, I'm blaming you.
You can blame at that point. You can blame Geek. So, I mean, to be fair though, a lot of players as of late have now had their lovely saying of anytime that they start blaming people, somebody in the line goes, "Blame Zach. He's the one that coded the generator."
Yes, I'm responsible for all the seeds, so blame me.
Zach, if it's 2 hours, it's your fault.
No. If it's 2 hours, it's my fault for being crazy enough.
While we're setting up, if there's any questions in chat, feel free to throw them out. We'll do our best to answer them.
Yeah.
Blame Zach. He allowed me to make progression ends. True. you've ever wondered why the C string has a very large string of numbers in it, you can blame Geek for that too.
Always an enjoyable way to look at things.
It's all in fun. We're not actually blaming anybody. Geek says he actually is. Sure, I guess. Whatever you want to say.
All right. So one thing I'm going to do also while we're setting up is very quickly, for those of you who would like, I'm actually, yep, I'm going to go ahead and post in the beginner bootcamp thread a link to the proof tracker. I've made a viewable one that anybody who would like to have a copy of this could just make a copy of this particular document that I'm putting out there, so that they can see everything accordingly for their own purposes. So,
okay, we actually have a good question from Geek here. What are your personal philosophies on approaching blind unlocks? Do you prefer to do worlds that are hinted or unhinted, or do you prefer to go after things like check density instead?
I think, see, I personally am a fan of check density, but I know that there's a lot of runners that will go either of those, like either the philosophy or like any philosophy. So, if you're looking especially for the unhinted info, or let's say, hey, we have a blind hunt for a mem card because we need the mem card, knowing that Hollow Bastion points toward our last proof. At that point, then I'm just going to go diving into the heavier check densities of worlds that, because I just feel like you're more likely to find the mem card, but that's personal. Like I think there's a little bit of a personal bias to that.
Yeah, so we're talking about a situation where like you've exhausted all the known information about where your unlock could be. Like you're looking at your path hints and you're like, okay, I know my proof is in some world, and I'm gonna check everywhere I can, and I've exhausted all those options, and now you're like, okay, what do I do? I think the only real thing you can do is go for check density. The only thing I would add on is that if you could go to a world that you do have a hint for, that could narrow down, like it could give you information about like, oh, maybe you were wrong about where you thought the proof was, or maybe it's a very long chain and you like you need to go like a couple steps of unlocks in order to get where you need to go. Like you, yeah. all that to say is like density is probably the right way to go, but yeah, it's really about checks per minute, not so much as like check density. So Moko's comment here, I'm indifferent and more so just go based on tools. If your tools are good for certain worlds and you can clear that contact quickly, that's probably where you need to go. Nice no glide, by the way.
I blame y'all.
Yeah. Nice no glide. Nice nice quick run too.
Yep. All right.
Hey, you have no high jump at least.
It's not good either.
All right. So yeah, we probably should get this going since we're doing
Yep.
a second seed here.
Let's go ahead and get you underway, Tippy, in 3, 2, 1, go.
My timer's not gonna start. Oh, it started.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, so we got the double pride lanes again. We've got double Halloween Town, Olympus, Port Royal, and Twilight Town again.
Yep. I'm kind of liking the Pride Land start. So
Oh yeah, I don't
There's a
have
Death
that.
of Use in Halloween Town if you want to do that, but it's probably not gonna matter which world you do first.
Hey.
Hey, glide.
there's your glide. And
It's like
there's another
battlefields.
battlefield of war. So
Oh,
we have 3 worlds completely open to us, and 2 worlds where we have first visits.
Clearly, that's where the proofs are. In those 3 worlds we have second visitor access to.
just go.
Sausage.
Smile.
It's it's definitely not going to be HB and like chain locked and throughout the entire seed. Definitely not.
We see Fantasia's in the shop. So,
Why do I
Okay.
feel like you know something that I don't know?
I mean, I just looked at what you did.
Not what I'm doing is I'm trying to create a worst case scenario so that way when
Uh-huh.
the seed is lower than that, then we're okay with it.
Oh.
All that to say,
I mean-
we're doing the same thing we did at the start of the last seed. We're just getting our early checks. Like, so we have no information to go on, so we're just doing our early shotguns, figuring out what our build's like, getting some prog points when we can. Negative combo off a Keyblade is nice.
All right.
Please.
Hello, game?
Game.
Hey, form. Oh.
Master form's first form again. Form boost on a Keyblade? Not bad. All right, here we go. Candy cane lane.
Should have got a chest.
I will say I did get some very choice words from my co-creator of the settings, Mr. IDA in DMs at the start of the seed. He's like, "What the hell did you roll for the last seed?" So,
IBA was in chat. Bruh.
said "bro" when we got the first one, but then sent me the
And then,
sent me the DM
"Bro."
in the second one. So. You like this getting some levels.
Okay. Okay. Did you actually roll a different seed?
Yes, this is a different seed.
Okay. It is a different
It
seed. We
is
got
a
Peter Pan.
different
Okay.
seed.
Well, it's a different seed because we didn't get an ice cream in Pooh's house. We got
Yeah, we got a Battlefields of War, so we know we're going to be getting approved there, right? That's how this works.
Just go now, right?
To be clear, that is not how this works.
no. To be clear, there is a ton of sarcasm in that, but this is comedic on how close these feel at the start.
This is the ideal situation, though. Like every world you go to, you get a couple items here and there. Maximizes your chance of getting a hint that like actually gives you information that is helpful.
Draw.
All right, Twilight Town, you got anything good for us, please?
Okay. Got a matching set now. Okay.
Oh, first time jump.
I have a star charm, yeah. Cosmic art. And cure.
Great. As some of you may notice, Tippy is still opting to quick run around through the world quite a bit. The quick run 2 having a little bit more oomph to it than just your glide 1. But it's not by as much because you do have AD2 at this point, so your acceleration into your glide is pretty quick. So
We hit it.
We did get a membership card, so we're only missing the one for the meme.
Final form?
Limit.
Form.
Push PR.
okay. Going into HB1. Assuming just doing this whole visit, including Bailey, it's because you have Blizzard and Limit Form. Kind of speed things up for those.
If I can actually hit something, yeah.
It's okay. The security system's helping.
Shout out to the security system. Hey, yo.
Glide.
Stitch. Yeah. And away to the dome.
Okay.
All right.
We're getting a good smattering. This might already be just a better seed in general for logic puzzling.
Yeah.
Just based on the spread out checks that we've gotten. I say that, and then we're gonna get like a triple proof in like Halloween Town or something.
I mean, I will say, so that was one thing like last year for the path hints when we did them for Bootcamp 1, we had a core on and we found that double and triple proofs and Hollow Bastion just became a common thing. And it's like, yeah, let's not do that this time. So that's why core is off. This is the only setting that we actually have core off throughout boot camp. So
French vanilla fire.
Now we're going into Pride Lands. L&D.
Imagine if you did this first.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Lazara and Anna Magic back behind us.
Oh no.
Good recovery there.
And we're through.
All right, well, Pride Lands turn blue again by getting to Simba.
Item boost. You got money, you have Stitch, and you have item boosts. A lot of things that are different from last seed.
I'm jonesing for a hint.
Guard break. Well, we're not getting it from Simba because he doesn't have any prog points on him, unfortunately.
Whoa.
Justice for Simba.
So I will say this. Part of the reason I did that was because...
Oh, hey, it's blue.
oh, it is blue. But prior to 2.7 coming out, there were some bugs with the tracker in 2.6, where if we use cutscene skipper, it would either not give the prog point that it should, or in some scenarios was giving double prog points. So it was just a kind of safety precaution so that we could still use cutscene skipper for boot camp in the case that there wasn't an update beforehand. So
Oh, hey, an unlock. Oh, hey, it's an ice cream. All right, so we will get our first hint from the mini escort.
Yep. Just like the first seed.
Uh-huh.
If you just play it the same as sub out, right?
Yep. 100 Acre Wood's going to be up Path of All Lights. We can't update our grid. Pride Lands can't have any proofs.
Oh, that's true. That is one good thing that we can update. It is an obvious one, but it is something that can and should be updated.
I hope we get to put some question marks in on this first hint. It'd be helpful. But now that I've said that, it's not gonna. It's gonna be like Agarota Beast Castle. Just something we don't have any.
No. Ready for insult to injury? It's gonna be. It's gonna be Pride Lands, and
well,
it's gonna be
useful info.
But that would give us two worlds.
It would. which is very good information. Okay.
Oh, Beast Castle.
All right.
Hi,
then.
Beast Castle.
All right, Beast Castle on the path to peace. We have no access to Beast Castle, so we have no information. We keep going. We re-roll.
All right, Tippy, what's the plan from here?
Forcing final.
First final, go TT.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially since you have access up through TT2. I'm shocked that you decided to come here instead of going to Halloween Town. I feel like Halloween Town is... It might not be significantly faster, but it is a few frames faster per movement.
I don't think it's that big a deal either way.
Yeah.
As long as you're not like coming and hawing over the decision, then it doesn't really matter that much. Because if you like, you entered World Never Was, be like, no, Halloween Town's faster, you've already lost the time save. Like,
Yeah. You do have to just commit to whatever play you decide. Be trying to get and gets that final 5 right there off of. Does get a prog point for that too, so it's gonna get more prog here after station too.
I
So
don't have explosion.
nope, but your gap closer definitely helps.
you'll get Explosion Twilight Town, trust. All right, so we get to reroll on a second hint. Maybe it'll be useful. I'm hoping. Please.
I think we're all hoping that.
Yo, Blizzaga. Let this be the data Axel seed. All right, so what would be the most emotional damage hint we could get right now? LOD, Agrabah, STT.
I think STT would be the most emotional damage for most people.
Okay.
It wouldn't be too bad for it would be damaging to me because of the fact that we don't have access to it currently, but you know how a majority of our player base does not like going to STT. I mean, we do have exceptions to that rule, like myself and one Papu Komi. So, but there aren't a ton of players that love STT.
Trying to get this last level out. Okay, Disney Castle is connection non-existence.
Joy. That
So,
means
yeah,
Close.
It could be a TT proof again. We know it can't be peace though.
That is one piece of useful information.
So yeah, I guess to kind of get back onto the path hints, explaining, each path hint that you get for a world is actually like 3 hints in one. It's individualized for each proof. And I think getting that like mindset in your head is a good idea because it makes you examine each of the proofs like individually. So it's like you got a hint that Disney Castle hints connection, it hints non-existence, and it doesn't hint peace. It can't hint peace at all.
What was that?
That's a good question. Right. We're through TT2 here. Let's see what we get. Another accessory. That's good. That's really all we get here at this point. So
Yeah, now we get a choice.
Port Royal, you've got the magic stat, you've got Bazaga. Like,
yep.
This is definitely a
You could even
fast
drive
choice.
converter, the minute pirates fight.
Oh, yeah.
Get some master
the
rolls.
I do got that matching set. Where's my blizzard?
All right. We should be coming up on another hint here soon, so we'll get
Please.
ready for more
Please give
information.
us a new hint. That's helpful. Please. Okay. That is a decent hint.
I mean, it does give us quite a bit of information to start parsing through. First of all,
Yeah, Hall of Bastion's on the path to peace. And we have found Stitch, Way to the Dawn, and Fire.
so Hollow Bastion cannot have connection or non.
Mhm.
Same with World That Never Was. And Agrabah's a fire world. So
Yep.
it is in the same situation.
Yeah, and for the record, Hall of Bastion is a fire world and Pridelands is a fire world, but we already eliminated those for those 2 proofs for different reasons.
Yep.
So yeah, we have some information that peace could be in one of those 3 worlds, but we don't know for sure because we don't have complete information. Imagine proof of peace on mushrooms. I mean, it's been known to happen sometimes. That's a joke. It can't.
No, that's the one proof that can't happen there.
At least in rando. In vanilla, that's where it is always.
Correct.
There was a time when I considered adding the mushrooms into the logic so that proof of peace could be on there. But that is not this world.
And I think a lot of random players thank you for that.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're finishing up minute fight here. Tippy did get a fair amount of master leveling done, so got that to go off of, and gonna keep pushing Port Royal here.
Cool.
Okay, here's a piece of information we weren't able to get from last time that we could maybe talk about. We know that there's at least 2 worlds that have our proofs at this point. There's a world that has proof of peace. There could be a singular world that has both connection and non-existence. If we get another hint that is only for connection or non-existence, we could then separate all the proofs to be in different worlds. That's a kind of a minor thing you can figure out, but if you do come to the conclusion that all the proofs are in different worlds, once you find one proof, you can then like eliminate that world from having another and like leave and do something else if you wanted. So that's another thing to keep in mind is like, okay, how can you use the hints together to get new information?
All right, we're coming up on Barbosa, so we should be coming up on another hint relatively soon.
And this is a double. We get 2 worlds hinted.
Correct. So.
Hey, second drive number.
It died, and I just went in.
You know what? You get the prog point.
It's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
All right. So yeah, Port Royal can't have any proofs.
That's a big one.
Okay. OC is on the path to all lights, and then Space Paranoids is on the path to connection and peace.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we now have hints that are separating the proofs. Like if we took the Disney Castle hint and the Space Paranoids hint together, we would know that there's no way for one single world to have 2 proofs, because either one of the hints would be telling us a lie if that was the case.
Yep. And at this point, having a path to all here is not a bad thing. We have enough information going in at this point that this just feels like it's a solid push to make so that we can try to decode what worlds potentially are still left.
Yep.
Between all 3. We also have enough worlds that have eliminated 2 of the 3, or in the case of Twilight Town, 1 of the 3. And
yeah. So
actually, Zach, let's talk about some other information we have based on this tracker currently.
Oh, you didn't know?
So while Tippy's going through OC, well, we can talk about it. So
Yep.
On that tracker, you'll notice some numbers on the icons. Those are counting the number of items that would hint that world. So like Levels has a 2 underneath it. That is because only Second Chance and Once More would point to Levels if you found them. Drive forms, the 5 drive forms. Simulated Twilight Town has nominated sketches and Valor form and Limit form. It shares that with Twilight Town. Notably, if we count the number of hints we have for connection, non-existence, and peace, or I guess connection and peace, notably, we have at least 3 of them, and we also have limit form found, and it's not hinted, and second chance, both in Port Royal. So is there a combination of items that would make it so that Levels could have a proof at this point? There isn't, because there's only Once More, and we can't put it in 3 different worlds, right?
Mm-hmm.
The same thing can be said for Simulated Twilight Town and Nominated Sketches and Valor Form. There's only 2 items we could place in 3 worlds. Yeah, so the non-existence one is the one that is still a question mark. We don't know for sure about non-existence yet. because we only have 2 hints for that, and it's possible that Nominated Sketches and Valor Form are in OC and Disney Castle.
Yep.
Other possibilities for where proofs are based on what OC's information has given us. Beast Castle, 100 Acre Wood. We know HP could only have 1 proof, and it would be Peace. So, and then we still have a bunch of items to get, so we really don't have a lot of direction, but just kind of summarizing what we have.
Oh, we're about to get more information here.
Okay. Sword of the Ancestor Thunder. Okay, that doesn't narrow our options. Reflect. Okay, that adds a lot more options. This is going to be a hint that's not that helpful, but it is indicating there's a lot of good stuff here.
Yeah, because at this point, you're pointing to the worlds we still have information on. You're pointing to both Thunder worlds at this point. You're pointing to
Reflect worlds.
The Reflect worlds.
So
You're
Space
pointing
Pirates, Disney Castle. Yeah.
Beast Castle. Yep. You're pointing. The only world that isn't currently being pointed to that we have a question mark on is Agrabah, but we still have more information that we are potentially going to come across in Olympus Coliseum here. So
Okay, yep. Throw an ice cream in there for good measure.
ice cream for good measure still handles there. Actually, hold on a second. Ice cream does one thing. It greatly minimizes the chance that we're going to have, because Space Paranoids would have to have Valor Form at this point, and we would need to not get another hint for connection in order for it to be possible. So while it's not dead yet, it's you're lowering your probabilities here.
Yeah.
So that is something to keep in
Given
mind.
that you have full access to it, it's probably easier to eliminate it by going there and turning the world blue.
Yeah, agreed.
But yeah, anyway, we're seeing Hydra because OC is not blue yet. Also, OC is a possibility for this proof because Thunder is here.
Yes.
Getting some master levels on the finisher of Hydra. Pages,
There's Torn Page.
Okay, that I'm not sure there's anything that's not hinted by this. Like STT is not hinted at by OC at this point. And it's still not done. Okay.
Yeah, it's STT and forms are the only 2 things not hinted at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, also magnet worlds are not currently hinted, but
Yeah, I mean, there's only one that could realistically like get like a lot of information. That would be Halloween Town. But because we have both Bone Fists in our starting checks, it's like it'd be rough.
actually, hold on. We did get the next set of hints.
Oh yeah, Sora's Heart is on the path to all lights, and Halloween Town is on the path to connection and peace.
So all lights. Now we know that STT cannot have it because there's too many things pointing.
Yep. We could probably, like, if we stared at this tracker long enough, we could probably do the same thing with drives, but I don't think that's, like, if you're playing a C, you're not going to be doing that easily.
Nope,
Nominate sketches. Okay.
Actually, ooh.
Yeah, so, like, we know it can't be proofs, but it could help us unlock some stuff. I think there's other stuff we could do before that, but
yeah, agreed.
Like we have TT3 open to us. We could even like do Halloween Town to narrow down. LOD is open. Like, we have a lot of options, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and we're going into Hades here. The world's still not dead. But unless there's a magnet here, though, and a magnet in the two remaining spots that we have non-existence pointing to, then we're gonna have a dead Halloween Town shortly.
Well, so actually, Halloween Town is dead. Just when counting number of peace hints and number of connection hints.
Yeah, but we still have non.
Yeah, well, so there'd be 3 of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So literally all those would have to have magnets. If so, the level hint, we know that Nominee Sketches isn't hinting a proof. We know that Peter Pan is not hinting a proof. That Reflect could be doing double duty for like Beast Castle, Disney Castle, or like Beast Castle, Space Paranoids, some combination of those. So that would be where I'd put my money on where 1 or 2 proofs are. And then maybe a wild card. Maybe it's all 3 of those.
Are we gonna see Zexion here? Zexion has something. I don't know that you necessarily go after him right now though, because the stats are a touch low.
We got more hints. Pride Lands is connection and peace, and it only has the 2 items in it. And then Agrabah is only peace. Okay, so Pride Lands narrows it down immensely.
I mean, Pride Lands at this point.
HBDC.
Yep.
Oh, hey, Beast Claw and TT is done. Okay.
Yep.
So TT can't have proofs anymore. We get our first access into Beast Castle. We have narrowed down where connection and peace can be. And because HB can only have 1 proof, we know that HB has peace, and we know Disney Castle has connection. Yeah, we're above the ceiling for Zexion. It's just like we have base fire.
Yeah.
That's up to player comfort. It's just kind of what you want to do. We know Disney Castle can have a second proof, so we can mark that out.
Yep.
I believe drives are dead for non. Oh no, they're not. It's not dead. Oh, drives are dead for non-existence. Yeah. Because of Halloween Town's hint. I think that's all we can do. Yeah. Okay. So based on our tracker and having like manually marked out everything, non-existence can be in OC, LOD, 100 Acre Wood, Space Paranoids, Beast Castle. I'm pretty confident that if we just sat and like looked at our tracker for a while, we could probably eliminate 1 or 2 more, but it's probably not worth it. There's probably like a big chain of logic puzzles you could do and eliminate something, but it's probably just faster to clear the content and eliminate worlds a different way.
Yep. Chippy just blowing right through Zexion here.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get our information here to kind of try to kill off some more worlds on the pop-up here.
Wow, cure and page.
Cure and page. Wow.
Okay. Well, so we get no new information now from that, but I guess we get information that OC doesn't have approved.
Yeah, that's the one piece that we get because OC is now blue. So
if I were putting money on it, it would be either Space Paranoids or Beast Castle, and it's more likely to be Beast Castle, I think. But
yeah, also if I were a betting man, I would think that Agrabah at this point has that mem card to get into HB2.
that's hard because like
there's a lot of
hint
things
HB.
can, but of the things that we have right now, because you have connection and HB both are hinted by torn pages for peace.
Yeah.
So like there would be a little bit more favoritism toward it. It's not you are right. There are a lot of things that hint Hollow Bastion. So
yeah. We found a identity disc in Beast Castle that eliminates Space Paranoids from having non-existence. All right, we're narrowing it down. So yeah, pretty soon we're gonna have like information, like very good information about where proofs are. We just need to get access to them.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and start thinking about where our unlocks could be. So like Uki was saying, membership card could be in Agrabah.
We know it can't be in Hollow Bastion because we've already finished first visit and
yeah,
can't be deeper. Could be
also,
just be here in
Beast Castle.
Beast Castle.
Because we still need something that hints Hollow Bastion here. Notably, Hollow Bastion cannot have any other unlocks for other worlds with proofs. It could like chain, but there's no direct link there. Okay, Twilight Town hints non-existence peace. That confirms that non-existence is in Beast Castle. And then Port Royal is on the path to peace only. That not surprising.
Yep. So that hint just locked up what worlds we have to get through.
Okay, so then now we're just unlock hunting, which is arguably path hints' like biggest weakness. Like if you require going through an unrequired, like a non-proof world to get an unlock, it kind of feels bad, but it's kind of just an unfortunate reality at this point. Okay, so we need a Royal Summons, we need a membership card, and we need a Beast Claw. So let's continue focusing on membership card for now. Membership card could be on levels still. We have nothing on levels that hints HB yet. Agrabah. Could be. Oh, we just got a fire in Beast Castle, so I would say it's less likely to be in Beast Castle now. It could also be like Space Paranoids in Halloween Town, but because like Master Form's already in Halloween Town, and then we know that pages also hint Disney Castle, which has connection. We know pages have to be in worlds that are both connection and peace, except for Pride Lands, which is a special case because it has an unlock and a blizzard. But any world that has a torn page must be hinted for connection and peace.
Now, OC did do us the favor of taking two of those,
yes,
off the table. So,
let's look at Beast Castle, because that's a little bit more prescriptive right now. Beast Castle has non-existence. Levels is already satisfied with the reflect there. Disney Castle has not been reflected yet, but because it also hints connection, it might just be the last reflect. So it's hard to say where this other Beast Claw would be. You might just have to do like a blind world, like World Never Was, since you haven't done it, or LOD. Both of them are fine. SDT is also on that list.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, we also have the reality that we don't have info on forms, so
yeah,
we may be blind form hunting to potentially get that info.
Yeah. The good news is that wisdom form is hinted for like in the worlds with connection, so like you can kind of at least narrow that search down a little bit.
Yep. Yeah. And we got Tippy going into Prison Keeper here.
Yep, totally fine. We're just trying to find unlocks.
Yeah, and this is always the rough part, like Zach said, of these these settings, because unless you have a seed where your world unlocks come right off the bat for those particular worlds, the blind hunt for them is, or the potential blind hunt for them ends up being a bit rough.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you have to blind hunt for, say, in the seed, if we had to blind hunt for
Scimitar, let's say.
Scimitar, yeah, because Scimitar is you still completely unlocked there. Wisdom form.
And it's blue.
Yeah, and that actually satisfies us nicely because Master Form is your Hollow Bastion, and Wisdom is your DC. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
Base Paranoids. See, going here. Got good stats. You can use screens for form leveling, especially since you need to get to some levels on Wisdom.
Yep.
Your form leveling will also
gets you another
get you prog points. So. And you also have levels too, so.
Yep. Lots of possibilities still.
Yep.
Gonna see if we can get some levels. Try to like triple dip on this screens. Getting progression points, getting some levels, maybe getting the level check. That's still missing. Getting some wisdom levels.
I do think that because of our HP and our defense, though, staying in wisdom for XP boosting is probably not going to happen here for very long. But
okay. Okay. Scimitar and it's blue. We don't need to level the drives except for prog points now.
Yeah.
At least we have one scimitar. That gives us the density of Agrabah. We're really hoping that it's a level 30 again, just to make our lives a little bit nicer.
Oh, and Tippy pulling out Stitch. Gonna hope that Stitch decides to play nice here. There's
Okay,
Torn
pages.
Page.
Okay,
Still not dead though.
I mean, yeah, but it has now satisfied all the hints.
Correct.
Genie. Okay.
Now it's dead. So
And now
that
it's blue.
works.
Alrighty. So now it's just for stats and comfort. This appears to be a strength seed.
Yeah. The magic just does not want to go up. We're already at level 35 and
Mm-hmm.
we're sitting on 30 magic.
Okay. I'm pretty sure this experience boost Keyblade is a little bit light on magic. So
Yeah.
swap the Keyblade. Okay, yeah. I think we're in a good spot. Hundred Acre Wood is on the path to non-existence and peace, and then LOD is on the path to connection and peace. Okay, so
Our Keyblades don't have a lot of magic for the most part, it seems.
yeah. So 100 Acre Wood probably has a cure. That's the item that hints both Beast Castle and Hollow Bastion.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know that for sure, of course, but that's the likely scenario. And then Land of Dragons is hinting connection and peace. That's probably just a page. I don't think there's anything else. Like it can't be Reflect, because that would also hint Beast Castle. It could be membership card Royal Summons, which would be hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
But it's more likely to just be page. But Space Paranoids is also in the same boat, so like we might just have both of our torn pages in these two worlds. But you probably need to check them if you're looking for a membership card or a Royal Summons. So I think there's two options there. Like if you're focusing in on membership card Royal Summons, you would do LOD after this. Or okay, there's torn pages. Okay.
There's a torn page, the World Blues, so
yep.
We're not worried about going deeper here.
You could either check LOD, assuming that one or both of your unlocks are there, or you just assume it's a torn page and you go blind hunting in like World Never Was. I would also say though that Agrabah just got opened for us. We probably should check that.
Yeah, that's definitely a good suggestion. Just because the fact
if the membership card is here, that might also just like immensely save you a lot of headache.
I do like the choice to go into Wisdom form here.
Yep, we still want to progress our progression point like meter here. We still have some hints to get. It's not going to help us a lot at this point, but
yeah, but also with our HP and our defense stat, you kind of are you're not death abusing this very easily, if at all.
Oh yeah.
So doing this, getting the prog points and the hit count up a little bit faster is not a bad thing.
So yeah, if I was playing the seed, I think I would assume that there's a torn page in LOD, and I would just like avoid it if I'm looking for my unlocks. Oh, hey, membership card.
Hey.
So good news is that the only unlock that is potentially chaining us is either a Sword of the Ancestor or a Scimitar. Since Space Paranoids is blue, the identity disc can't lock us. I would put good money that STT and or World Never Was have our unlocks at this point. But again, don't know that for sure.
I just got cooked. Oh my god.
Yeah, and as IBA just said in chat, if you have any questions at all about any of the stuff that we've been going over so far, anything about path hints in general, please feel free to ask. This is the biggest reason that we are putting on this showcase today. We, unlike Bootcamp 1, where there's a bit more time for the runners to really get to dive their fangs into path, while the settings have been out since January, we know that there's also been a bigger focus on event 1 and 2 for a lot of runners, because obviously you want to get more practice on the things that are coming up a bit sooner. And so you're not going to have maybe you don't have a ton of experience with these, and we want to make sure that this is the best, that we're putting our best foot forward to give you all the tools to succeed. So if you have any questions whatsoever, please ask.
Yeah, so
Tippy. Why do we keep this like this with Roxas?
I mean, you didn't say anything when it was in other arenas, like the Zexine arena.
Oh, no. The background I don't have the issue with. Oh, okay. It's the Roxas has is the only member of the org that doesn't show as Tigger, because of a combination of the Yuki mod and the Tigger mod.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, hey, Beast Claw.
All right. So now we're just hunting
Royal Sons.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking at Connection Worlds, which can't be Disney Castle. So it's either going to be STT or LOD.
I almost want to check LOD over STT here, personally.
Yeah, this is a preference thing. Just
yeah.
In my eyes, they're very similar worlds. So just pick one.
The chat want me to go.
There's one vote for STT.
Okay, there is a vote for us. Actually, you know what? If we want to do a quick poll, we can. So, give me just a second to set that up.
I think you just get checks faster in LOD. Like, you could high roll the checks faster.
Yeah.
We can only get 2 of the proofs right now. So yeah, you can go get a proof.
Yeah, go get your proof. Yeah, go get your proof while we or are we just gonna high roll here? Are you kidding me?
Nope.
Okay. I was gonna say, if that really happened, I would be like, I quit.
Into it. Like, actually.
So, Data's Alden proof?
Sure.
That is something to keep in mind, chat, that for these settings, super bosses are on.
Yep.
Oh, STT has it. GG's. Should have went stocks.
So, LOD and STT both have connection piece hints, which is very funny. And there's only one page left. So there's literally no information telling you one way or the other.
Uh-oh. Oh, wait.
Waiting.
Sorry.
Yeah, the save warp there is going to be faster.
I can hit buttons.
I can't pull chat as much as I want to.
Oh.
Because the channel's not affiliate.
Oh, you can't do polls unless.
Unless you have affiliate or higher.
Oh, that's kind of annoying. All right, so yeah, just type your vote in chat if you want to influence where we go to find this.
Yep.
This Royal Summons. So we have 1 vote for STT. Meanwhile, it looks like we're going to see at least Story Zolden. Sorry, Story Tigger.
Kara.
I mean, this
We're
is
only
Tippy.
getting 1 vote for STT. We're going to STT.
Yeah. This is Tippy's big nightmare, though. Anything to do with Tigger after all the crashes in the mini game at Kenga's house during Fresh Faces 1. Sorry, not Fresh Faces 1. Bootcamp
Nice
1.
final 6 on
level
Zolden.
up on a boss's sake. Let's go.
Okay, and
Oh,
okay.
Proof.
Boo.
Okay. We still got Hollow Bastion to push.
Yeah.
And
I
again,
like how we found no magnets.
Not a single one.
come on, chat. Somebody. You know what? I'll say this.
If you're not going to vote, ask a question.
Yeah,
Something.
please do something, chat. Vote, ask a question, give us something to work with. Like we said, we are here to help out the
If
community.
you have a question later, or you think about it and you play a couple seeds and you have questions, feel free to just message in tourney discussions or hint discussions in the Discord. If you want to message privately, I'm okay with that.
As I say, any of the TOs for Bootcamp are also happy to answer this question. So feel free to ping us directly or DM any of us. So.
Proof in the Heartless manufacturer again? Because the seeds are not actually different. Damn.
No. Not that nice today. You know what? I'm gonna put this bad juju out there. Tippy, have fun with data demics.
I already felt it.
Nah, it's just gonna be Crystal Fissure. You won't even have to do 1K.
No, it won't be that nice. I never believe that.
If it's not that nice, then it's at least Safi.
It's
If it's not that nice, then it's Safi at the minimum.
Does this make it Demix? What is this? I forced it. Okay.
Final form.
Do I got combo master?
I don't know that. Yeah, you do.
Oh, I do. Alright, yeah. Okay. Wait. Money. Wait. None of that.
I was about to say money needs to
money, but that drive converter says no money.
Money.
It means half money.
All right, come on. We need. You know, the vote from the chat. LOD or STT once we're done with HB here.
My vote's LOD, to be clear. So we're tied.
Hey,
Well, hey, magnet. And money.
all that work for nothing.
Okay, so for those who don't know the lore of why we have a Tigger mod that makes all the data or all the org Tigger, Tippy, once we got to event 2 of Bootcamp 1, had this unfortunate reality that anytime he went to the Tigger minigame, it almost exclusively would crash his game. So if there was anything past that in 100 Acre, he'd have to do a bunch of manipulation and stuff like that. And
that's the meaning.
well, that's the premise for it. Jokingly, we decided we wanted to tease Tippy a bit. We got with Danimal and got the Tigger mod made. That's what happened with that from there. So, but instead of being like upset about it, Tippy's loved it and used it ever since because he just gets to beat up Tigger every chance he gets.
So yeah, using the magnet burst here as a proxy for the magnet. Very good with the combo master.
Yep. And
Oh, hey, Valor.
there's Valor for him. So now we're at two votes to 1. Okay, we've got the proof here.
All right, it's time to make a decision.
So Zach was right. It was no 1K.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I've been
All
able to
right.
be right once in a while.
So we're at 2 votes to 1 LOD. So it's looking like an LOD angle, and I'm not voting because I'm not gonna make this awkward of making it like a 2-2 situation. And Tippy's like, I hate you for that. Here's the thing. I'm not mean. Like, I'm not gonna be mean to Tippy. Like I would joke around with Comey, where Comey I would try to make it a tie if humanly possible, because that's just her community.
You're welcome.
Wow. Okay. So we're now just out of here and we're heading ourselves immediately over to Timeless River. That is hilarious.
You're doing a flag reset first.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you got that on a pop-up.
And into Timeless River we go.
All right, so how late is it here?
That's the real question.
I like the slow pan over.
The slow pan over. It's not in the same spot it was last time, so we know it's at least deeper.
It's just gonna be the waterway.
I have no magnets. I have to do windows at least.
Nah. No. You proved yourself by doing Final Fantasy fights with only base magnet. It's gonna reward you. See?
Yep. All right. There's our last proof.
All right. That was a lot more pathing than the first seed.
Yeah, very much so. And I think it was good that we were able to go through a lot of it.
Am I doing final fights?
Tippy, go do your final fights.
Okay. I didn't know.
We'll take the time of your final fights to put out there. If you still have any questions after seeing this seed so far, or where we're at so far with this seed, please, I implore you, chat, ask questions. we're here to try to help you all out. We're trying to make sure that we bring everything to the table for our community and our runners for event 3 that's coming up in a week. So,
like a week to the hour, right? Or is it 1 hour earlier?
1 hour earlier, 6 Eastern.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are literally just under a week away now. So let's if you got questions, please ask. We want to make sure that everybody is going to enjoy these settings as much as possible. We may run it like we've seen some. I will say the community has seen some bad examples or some examples of some very rough seeds. There was a seed earlier today that was run by quite a few people, including some big names of crit runners, such as Sonic and Walpy and IBA, that those seeds went an hour 40 to an hour 50 from those runners. And
that must have been a very heavily locked.
Yes, it was. And that was IBA ended with the least of those 3 runners for prog points with 99 prog points. Walpy was 107 and Sonic was at like 115. So, yeah. See, Sonic's in chat. Yeah, that seed from earlier today.
Oh, it was 1 early.
You left just a touch early. But yeah, so welcome chat, Sonic. But yeah, like we've said, please ask any questions, everybody. This is just this is now the second seed that we've gone through. And I did very much enjoy the way that the seed put out there that logic puzzle. And Zach, thanks a ton for, coming out with today to really put a lot of this stuff out there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, it's a good time. This was Path Hints was kind of like a something that I was working on for a while and thinking that this would be a very good hint system, and I think it has turned out to be, even with all of its little quirks and flaws. I am very much one of those players that likes the puzzle of rando, and this just tickles all parts of my brain that want that.
Yeah.
So hopefully it does the same for y'all and gives you something interesting to think about when you're playing.
Yeah, and I mean, I enjoy Path myself as well. I'm a very logical person when it comes to thinking about things. I like hint systems where you do have to do some logicking together. Don't get me wrong, I love some of the things that we do nowadays, like objectives that may not necessarily use like the path hint system because we're not after proofs, but it's still just very much enjoyable to go through. But there are some times where it is a bit flawed with, or every system has like its ups and downs, and drawbacks. Yeah, I wouldn't say flaws because it's not really a flaw. It's just it's a drawback that personal preference. You may not enjoy those bits and pieces of it.
Yeah. So to be clear, what we're talking about is like the hunt at the end for the unlocks that we didn't have any guidance on. That's what we're talking about. That's the biggest downside. And that you just have to kind of go into these seeds knowing that that's something that you might have to deal with, and then just once you've solved the puzzle, then you're just kind of playing an ABN seed where you're just trying to clear content, find your unlocks, and get to your final fights.
Yeah.
And one tiny other thing about path hints that I like as a failsafe even if you make a mistake in your logic and you're just like, oh, I thought the proof was there, but it wasn't. At least you know when a world is done. So you know that, like, okay, I have information that I don't have to continue here. So at worst, you're just doing a blind proof hunt, which is not the best thing to say, but at least there is a safety net in the back that will make sure you're not doing something that is completely without merit.
True.
So all that to say is, like, I encourage anyone watching, play a seed or two. Like, playing is the best way to like start to understand these hints.
Oh, 1,000% agree with that. I remember when this system started getting used more in competitive with League 24, and like the moment it was like, hey, this is what we're doing, and everybody was like, huh? And then if you look back at the asyncs that we had to do for seeding for the round robin, or for the Swiss rounds, you just found that people took so much longer with those seeds than once we got into Swiss and people had gotten a little bit more experience under their belt.
GG
to Tippy.
GG's.
And yeah, so as we see, there's a lot of stuff that is out there. We've got a lot of sources out there when it comes to information about the system. I know I've posted some links in the Discord for it. I've now posted up the lovely proof tracker that we have here on our stream. I've copied that into its own document so that people can open that up, create a copy of it for themselves to use for Google Docs. So that's helpful as well for everybody else. And again, the resource out there of you can reach out to any of us at any time and we'll get back with you, to try to answer any questions if you have any questions or things that you don't quite understand. But I mean, even putting out there, I've been seeing a lot of looking for races and and active racers. A lot of people putting out their practice seeds, right now. Get out there and give these seeds a try. Definitely will get a good time out of it, and it will definitely help you further understand. Yes, some of these seeds can be really rough because of the blind hunts at times, but I mean, you saw we did 2 seeds in less than 2.5 hours. So, and there's definitely some range.
I also did a path explainer a few years ago that I still have highlighted that I can link to.
Yeah, that would be
another version of this talk too.
Yeah, exactly. Which I do appreciate that you've done this so many times for the community. And it seems like anytime we have a new set of people coming in that are getting introduced to Path, you tend to jump in on some form of a showcase or explainer and do Q&As. So, but it is very helpful to the community, and we thank you for all that, Zach. We thank you for everything you do in the community just in general. So. All right, so I think at this point we're probably going to call it a wrap for the night. Zach, is there anything that you want to plug before we call it a night?
No, just play some Event 3 settings and see you on Saturday.
Yep. We'll see everybody on Saturday for the Event 3 qualifier. Please, if you have the opportunity to, and you're able to financially do so, consider donating to the American Heart Association through our Tiltify. We've got the exclamation point donate and exclamation point charity in our chats in order to get you to the links. Otherwise, we will see you all on Saturday. For Zach and Tippy, the Suzuki, signing off. Have a good one, everybody.